In this module, I want to talk about compliance. Compliance is a tactic that is frequently used in all sorts of occupations, particularly occupations that involve sales, where the seller is actively trying to get, of course, the target to buy. But it could also be used in other things, such as military recruiters who are attempting to get the target to join the military. Or it could be used by evangelists who are attempting to turn people toward Christ or some other deity. So compliance has a whole variety of applications. And as I said, particularly salespeople are schooled in compliance and how it can be applied effectively. I'm going to be talking to a great extent about the ideas of a social psychologist at Arizona State, one Robert Cialdini. Cialdini has written extensively on the topic of compliance, social influence, and certainly you have an interest in those topics, I would advise you to check out the library, or a lot is also available online. Let's consider, however, before we begin talking about compliance, the following example of non-compliance. Specifically, why doesn't Jack get his toast?
It's just filthy. People are filthy. I think that's the biggest thing that's wrong with people. I think they wouldn't be as violent if they were clean, because then they wouldn't have anybody to pick on. Dirt.
What dirt? See, dirt isn't bad. It's filth. Filth is bad. That's what starts maggots and riots.
Hey, follow that truck. They know the best places to stop.
That's an old maid's tale.
Bullshit. Truck drivers are the only ones that know the best places to stop on the road.
Salesmen and cops are the ones. If you'd have a waitress, honey, you'd know that.
Don't call me Honey Mac.
Don't call me Mac, honey.
I wouldn't be a waitress. They're nasty and full of crap.
You just hold on to your tongue.
Hold on to this.
If you think that you can talk to me like that, the back...
Shut up, all of you.
I'd like a plain omelet, no potatoes, tomatoes instead, a cup of coffee, and toast.
No substitution.
What do you mean, you don't have any tomatoes?
Only what's on the menu. You can have a number 2, a plain omelet. It comes with cottage fries and rolls.
Yeah, I know what it comes with, but it's not what I want.
Well, I'll come back when you make up your mind.
Wait a minute. I have made up my mind. I'd like a plain omelet, no potatoes on the plate, a cup of coffee, and a side order of wheat toast.
I'm sorry, we don't have any side orders of toast. I'll give you a English muffin or a coffee roll.
What do you mean you don't make side orders of toast? You make sandwiches, don't you?
Would you like to talk to the manager? Hey, Mac.
Shut up. You've got bread and a toaster of some kind?
I don't make the rules.
Okay, I'll make it as easy for you as I can. I'd like an omelet, plain, and a chicken salad sandwich on wheat toast. No mayonnaise, no butter, no lettuce, and a cup of coffee.
A number 2, chicken salad sand. Hold the butter, the lettuce, the mayonnaise, and a cup of coffee. Anything else?
Yeah, now all you have to do is hold the chicken, bring me the toast, give me a check for the chicken salad sandwich, and you haven't broken any rules.
You want me to hold the chicken, huh?
I want you to hold it between your knees.
You see that sign, sir? Yes, you all have to leave. I'm not taking any more of your smartness and sarcasm.
You see this sign?
Fantastic that you could figure that all out and lie that down on her so you could come up with a way to get your toast. Fantastic.
Yeah, well, I didn't get it, did I?
No, but it was very clever. I would have just punched her out.
So is it clear in your mind why Jack didn't get his toast? Well, certainly Jack did not exercise any compliance principles or tactics. In fact, he pretty much did everything possible to alienate the server. So the question then becomes, is there anything Jack could have done possibly to made getting toast more likely? And I think he could have used probably several compliance tactics and to increase his chances of gaining that. And we'll see which ones in particular seem appropriate as we move through this discussion. Compliance strategies, tactics. How can one influence others at the most basic level is the question Cialdini seeks to answer. What are the decision triggers that short-circuit resistance? What is it that people what things can work on people to the point where compliance becomes far more likely, even without putting people on alarm? By the way, compliance strategies and tactics can be affected at a broad level of society, a mass level through the mass media, for example. Also, it can be affected certainly at the individual level, between interacting individuals, as we saw with Jack in the restaurant scene. None too effectively, of course. Those whose job it is to move people to comply will call compliance practitioners. Their job is largely to gain compliance, to move people to compliance. Compliance practitioners. And again, it cuts across a very, very broad number of different occupational categories. Compliance principles include reciprocity, social validation, commitment and consistency, attraction, scarcity, and authority.